Fortnitemares is the Halloween event in Fortnite, although this year it feels like another Christmas, because right now you can get several skins and more than 40 cosmetics for your locker. And we'll start, of course, with the most obvious and at the same time something of the most interesting. The Pig the Butcher skin, which has a very easy way to get, basically leveling up your account 15 times. It doesn't matter if you level it up by playing Battle Royale or you prefer to get into another experience. The only important thing here is that your level increases 15 times and that's it. And in fact, I can tell you in advance that by leveling up you can get many more things completely free. And although this skin is the most interesting, it's not the only one, since the special Fortnite month challenges have 7 rewards in total, which would be almost all parts of the Pig the Butcher skin set, such as his backpack for leveling up 2, the screen for leveling up 6, this gesture that I think is amazing for only leveling up 8, and finally, his pickaxe for leveling up 12. Everything. Personally, I have to tell you that it's incredible for being completely free. On the other hand, the 2 collaborative rewards of this challenge aren't really worth it, which would be the Terrifier spray for 4 levels and the Poppy screen for leveling up a total of 10. By the way, you have plenty of time to do this event, as it ends on October 31st. And assuming that you're interested in increasing your account level on purpose to get these rewards, I recommend doing it first by playing Rank Reload. Since there are a couple of challenges that are giving away 2 things. One of them would be this wrapper, which by the way, many of you may already have. I have it in my locker, so I understand that they gave it away somehow, but I don't remember. Anyway, if you don't have it, what you have to do to get it is win a game in this mode. On the other hand, none of you have the other reward because it's completely new and it's something that's very worthwhile, which is this completely free Halloween emote. And to get it, what we have to do is get 50 kills in Rank Reload mode. And like the previous one, it doesn't matter if you play it with construction or without construction, and I've looked to see when this offer ends, but in principle I haven't seen anything. So one of 2 things, either it's October 31st when the season ends or it would be December 11th, which is the date that is leaked to have a rotation in the Reload Islands. Now we have to go out of Fortnite and go to the Twitch application, since an event has been active since October 9th that will last until the 13th of this month. Therefore, you only have this weekend to get 2 free things. All you have to do is have your Twitch account linked to your Fortnite account and watch a streamer who has Fortnite drops active. If you watch half an hour of their content, you'll get the backpack, and if you watch a total of 1 hour, you'll also get the pickaxe. And these 2 things separately aren't too interesting, even though they're not bad, but if I tell you that you can get a skin almost for free for having this, I really think the offer is much more tempting. And it's that literally 2 months ago they did the same with this batch here, in which they gave away the accessories and then in the store the skin only cost you 100 bucks. I'm not saying that this one will cost the same, but I think it will. And in any case, getting these 2 things is very easy, so I really recommend it to have another skin almost for free. And for those who have only recently entered Fortnite, I'm talking about months or a year, you may not have realized that there is an offer if you link your LEGO account with a Fortnite account. This year, in May or so, I did the test to see if they were still giving them away, and sure enough, these 2 skins arrived in my secondary account just for doing this. At first I looked for it when the offer ended and I didn't find anything, so maybe it's indefinite, but anyway, if you can do it today, don't waste time because as I said, these are 2 completely free skins. And now, yes, the next one is another skin, it would be the Hollop. Many of you already know that if you reach level 100 this season, they will give it to you without having to buy the pass, and the only thing you have to keep in mind is that this promotion does end soon, and that would be October 31st. This would also be the same deadline for several things that I'm going to talk about now, such as, for example, the Spirit Backpack for literally entering the game. Although I also did a test with another account and it turns out that they didn't give it to me, probably because I haven't played Battle Royale on it, so if you don't receive it, play a game in Battle Royale and when you log in again, you might already have it. And if not, that's the problem. Fortnite is most likely not giving out this backpack to all players at the same time, so you might have to wait a little longer. On the other hand, the one they are giving out, whether you've played or not, is the Megazord screen, which would be this one here. This is the same as before, it ends on the 31st, and the same is going to happen with Doff Pan's sprays. If you go to his creative island and play a little, you'll get these rewards, and in the same way, if you play the K-pop Demon Hunter mode, you can get up to 3 free things for completing missions in said mode. We'd have to wait until November 1st to get a new gift. And this would be the Mask Maker decoration set, which they're only going to give away to people who've played the Expedition mode. And now that gaming experience has merged with the Odyssey mode, as a way of rewarding the hours lost in that now removed mode, Fortnite will give you that as a gift. At this time, it is still unknown how it will be. Then, going back especially to those people who have recently started playing the video game, you should know that if you win almost all of the main modes of Fortnite, basically the Battle Royale ones, you will get an umbrella. At the weekends, Lulus will be available, which is the rarest of all because it can only be obtained 3 days a week. On the other hand, you can get the ones from AUG mode, the one from normal mode, and the reload mode any day. And the only ones you have to hurry for are the ones from the main mode, because it will be replaced on November 1st, and the other one that will be modified soon is the AUG one, since with Chapter 7 we will also have a new one. And others that I like to remember are both the free route of the Battle Pass and also the rewards for playing in ranked mode. The next thing is one of the best in the video, but it is still unknown how it will be obtained, and it is this Simpsons glider. In principle, until the last week, do not count on being able to have it, since it is most likely that they will add some challenges or instead you will have to attend the final event to get it given away. Now we move on to something that is not a cosmetic, but rather the turkeys themselves. And if you have noticed, in the last few days they have made a change, and that is that if you did not have an amount that was a multiple of 50, this will have been rounded up. In my case, I already showed it in the last video, but I went from 170 to 200, therefore, without doing anything I got 30 turkeys. And this is simply because Fortnite does not want us to have turkeys in our account with which we cannot obtain literally anything. In fact, the cheapest thing we'll be able to buy is what I showed you earlier, a pack, like this offer. This change has mainly affected people who have the Save the World Founders item. Before, some rewards were worth 80, 90, or 130 bucks, and now everything has increased to 100 or 150, which is incredible. Now, let's get into everything related to cars, where there are also a lot of free things. First of all, we've already seen this with Doya Cat, since if we had the Lamborghini Huracan, the Doya decals were completely free. By the way, this is free in Fortnite, but for the rest of the rewards, we have to go to the Rocket League game. Just for joining during this season, they'll give us these wheels without doing anything, and obviously, they're compatible with Fortnite, like everything else I'm going to say next. This Season 20 of the Rocket has a battle pass like all the others, and in it we also have a free route where in this case we are going to have this octane wrap that I think is very good in addition to these wheels that as I said you will have right away in the Fortnite game. Also this weekend if you feel like playing this video game, keep in mind that there are some special challenges where we can get 4 rewards in which you could get something that gives you a cosmetic also for Fortnite. And now the last gifts that have to do with the 2 modes is the next Hunted Hallows event, which arrives next week. And I have to tell you that these events are also very, very good for all the free things they give us. And to give you an idea, every year they do collaborations with 1 or more brands. A few years ago, for example, they collaborated with several horror movies. In 2023, the Nightmare Before Christmas event arrived, and my personal favorite was in 2021 in a collaboration with DC, where you could get Joker and Harley Quinn wraps, and some collaboration wheels with the villains. This year, it's not confirmed what we're going to get, but in principle, it's going to be related to what we already have in Fortnite, which is Scooby-Doo, Wednesday, or Poppy Playtime. In fact, the latter 2 have this wrap for their car, which could be free. And one of the rewards that I'm almost certain is going to arrive is this Scooby Doctane wrap. And it's not confirmed by any means, but I can tell you that I think it's one of the rewards. On the other hand, what I can confirm is that it will be available in stores as the Mystery Machine, which thanks to Epic I can show you, along with the rest of the collaborations with all their dances and accessories like Ghostface, which is already in stores and thanks if you buy it with the code YEHO. On the other hand, we have Jason, who looks really, really good with his backpack, which is also cool, and the interesting thing is that his pickaxe can be both a machete and an axe, or both at the same time. And obviously, when doing this, each one is carried by one hand, and my favorite part is the gesture, which is this one, which also shows the flame, which is really cool, honestly. And then we have this one, which is also pretty cool, changing from Thursday to Friday the 13th. On the other hand, we have the Captor, who has 3 masks, we have the Stealth and the Frown, he comes with the backpack phone and his pickaxe, which would be this one here. And finally, the set is completed with this gesture, which is not bad at all, it would be transversal, obviously, and there you see him popping the balloons and continuing forward. And now we move on to the biggest collaboration of all Halloween, which is with Scooby. We have Shaggy both in cell shading and without cell shading. The same does not happen with Scooby, who would have the normal style and with cell shading. And personally, this seems to me to be the best of the entire event and almost the entire season. Then we have Fred, normal and also with this style. The same goes for Belma, and the last one would be Daphne, who is also very cool. As for backpacks, we have another stack of them like this one with the hamburger, which is probably the best because it reactive to eliminations. Every time you do one, you can see that it increases. Then we have this book, which is also reactive to kills, I understand. Another backpack that is reactive again, although this face appears, it is not always this. And the last one is this one here, which is also reactive. As for pickaxes, we have this Scooby one, Shaggy's sandwich, the guitar, which is also a backpack and obviously a guitar. Then we have this helmet and the magnifying glass with the flashlight, which seems to me to be the best pickaxe of the collaboration. And finally, we have this one here. As for the deltas, we only have one, which is this one. And the best thing about the entire collaboration for me are the gestures. In fact, they are all good. I would even say that this is the worst of all. Then we have this traversal with a lot of things and details to see. It's really cool, honestly. This one looking for clues with the magnifying glass and such. Also, they all have songs and that's really cool. Then this one with the sandwich, which is probably the second worst, but it's not bad either. And my favorite, which is again from Scooby-O, obviously, but this one seems crazy to me, one of my favorite traversal gestures, I must say. And all of these are going to come out before the 20th, and from there another wave will come, which would be on Wednesday. On the other hand, we would have Terrifier, which would also have this gesture. The Semibot is already one of the most surreal of the entire event, but it's also amazing. And finally, we would have the collaboration with Poppy Plate, and the last thing that I couldn't show in the last news video are all the sneakers that have been leaked tonight, which are these here. And obviously all the collaborations that I showed you now are not gifts, but in this video summarizing the event, we still did not have access to them. That's why I ended this one showing them. Even so, I do show the rest of the new features in the video that I leave here for you.